Woohoo. Are we there, buddy?
We are getting there, absolutely.
Okay, looks like we're live, buddy.
I think we are live.
Alrighty, man.
We are getting there, absolutely.
Hey, looks like we're live, buddy.
Yep, one moment. I think we are live.
Alrighty, man.
We are getting there, absolutely. Just wait one moment, Will. Yep, one moment. I think we are live.
Feels like I'm hearing myself in my head.
You are. Come on. I just want to make sure we're live before we, even though people might be watching us right now. Because usually I see that we're live.
Okay. I'm alive. Take my pulse. Yep, still kicking.
Yeah, April's not seeing it either.
Did you come in the room with you? You'll get better view.
Oh, I just see it now. All right, we are live.
Alrighty, buddy. We on? Hello, Miss April, the great white hope of the Owens.
And yeah, Maria's here, Christine Circa, Let, Diddy's here.
Oh, cool. Hi, Christine.
More and more are joining us.
Well, welcome, everybody.
Welcome, everyone, to William Linville YouTube Live. And we do have a question, William, that was typed in.
Oh, okay.
From New Zealand.
Oh, wonderful.
Dear William, I've become estranged from my brother and his family due to a strained process of dividing my father's property after his death. I am unsure whether to approach my brother hoping for some mending of our relationship or whether he may be quite set against reconciliation. We have a history of being very close at times in the past, or also having a very tense relationship at other times. I'd appreciate some clarity about the relationship and how to move forward.
Well, a great question. So number one, I have you step back, break energy with your brother, your father, the whole family monad. Bringing your left palm back into your heart, pushing your right palm out and the whole world out and away from you. Dropping your hands, bringing your consciousness through the heart. Taking a nice slow deep breath in through your nose, all the way down to below your navel. Hold, and then a nice deep sigh. And doing that a couple times, just taking a few deep breaths, holding, and then now let's exhale as slow as you can, just through your mouth. Still, now, if you want, put your hands on your heart, close your eyes, focus on your third eye. just going cross-eyed right here. Really, really just connecting with yourself, feeling yourself. Now, I want you to tune into right now with your eyes closed, just your life stream. It's a stream of gold. It's a stream of light. You are a being of light. You're a being of light, of and as creator within its own unanimous, unique vibrational frequencies and tones. And now I want you to bring your full family monad out in front of you. This happens quite frequently, regardless, it could be stuff, it could be something as simple as an ego disagreement, stored emotions. And when I was 2 years old, you called me, you locked me in the closet, you put me in the trunk of the car and blah, blah, blah. Tied me up with chains and threw me in the river, all the kids would be kids. Now from here, let's just take a breath. Let's just within ourselves. Another deep sigh, just releasing now all the soul level memories, the cause, the cause, the recurring effect of it. And let's do this until we can just see the family monads, mother, father, sister, brother, cousins, aunts, nephews, nieces, uncles, who right now we just see everyone just as the very specific, unique facets of creator in which they are. Now, let's put aside anything and everything that's ever occurred between you. Let's put aside action, words, and deeds, reactions, blah, blah, blah. Let's rise above all that for a moment, because all of that is just egos playing off egos. We're no longer playing in the times of vows, contracts, and agreements. We're not playing in times of soul journeyers. We've arisen beyond all that. Now, let's ask ourselves, when we tune into your brother, mother, father, sister, whatever, do you feel within yourself? Do you feel any love for that being of creator incarnate? Do you feel neutral? Do you feel like it's a love that you would love to explore now from a new beginning? Or is it something you're feeling like, okay, been there, done that. Now we're just hanging out together because we're, quote, supposed to? Is it a deep love of, hey, you know what, beyond incarnational, but hey, is this one adding to my life? Am I adding to theirs? Or is it once again a dual dynamic where we're together just because we're, quote, supposed to be? Now, I would have you feel love for anyone and everyone, because everyone is creator incarnate. Everyone is still that facet of creator in which they are. Now, I would have you feel the same way as someone at the gas station, the taco stand, or hunting great whites or swimming with the dolphins as you would as someone that gave birth to your body. I don't see a reason why you wouldn't feel that way for everyone. Not just isolated to another biological relative, which are usually the ones you've had all these vows, contracts, and agreements with anyways. In reality, you've been there, done that, superseded it, overcame it, moved beyond it. But I already know there's still triggers there for you. Now, you can deal with it with them. You can deal with it without them in your life stream. But once again, for yourself, sitting back, taking a breath, and are they adding or taking away from your life stream? Are they treating you with mutual honoring, or are they treating you less than? Now, open-heartedly, I would say, look, I'm not willing to be treated that way. But if you want to be in my life, I'm willing to be treated this way. This is how my friends treat me. I don't care who it is, mom, dad, sister, brother, whatever, and not accepting anything less.
Great, wonderful. This question is from Maria. William, how do I change the internal mechanisms that would allow me to declutter my life and stop hoarding?
Number one, once again, let's step back from everything. It is kind of fun here. Let's step back, bring your consciousness in your presence, in your focus right now, just right into your heart. Let's close the eyes. Let's even put something in the palm of your hand. Something we can actually just feel. So with the eyes closed, like right now, I have a remote control. I'm going to close my eyes. I can put my eyes with my third eye, my nose, or just close my eyes. I'm going to take a breath. And I'm just taking a breath. I'm having you count at times because it's refocusing the mental mind a different direction. So we're getting it out of the way. Right now, can you feel the weight, this remote? It's a good 1.5 pounds. It's cold, it's chilly to the touch. I can feel it touching the skin. I can feel the slickness and the lightness of it. I can feel the texture of it. You see, right here, right now, with my eyes closed, I'm following the remote all the way through the palm of my hand. For now, I'm starting to feel my presence in the palm of my hand beyond just the flesh. I'm starting to feel my presence beyond just energy. Feeling it in my body, through my body. And now, of course, I'm starting to feel my body heating up, speeding up cellularly, which what that means is the speed in which the cells vibrate are increasing in vibrational frequencies in megahertz of light. Now, literally, the body speeding up, ascending in vibrational frequencies. Now, eventually, the body's going to become lighter and lighter to where even your costumes you're going to become more aware, you're going to feel heavier and heavier to where eventually, not that you will and not that you won't, you'll want to take off the costumes because they'll start to feel confining, take off the shoes, blah, blah, blah. And the point here is you start to feel you more and more, but then you start to make this shift and you start to ask yourself now, number one, why am I doing what I'm doing? Number two, there's a point of, let's say, land, a fence, a barbed wire fence, electrical fence, digging a moat, cameras, electrical fences. And then we get into little spikes beyond the electrical fences. Then we get into army dear ones protecting the inside walls. And then before you know it, you're going all the way to the fortress and the protection all there. And then before that, all the protection inside the protection. And then eventually you cannot move out of your chair. Now, right now, all that protection has to do with hoarding, has to do with stuff. So right now, let's ask ourselves, within ourselves, what am I looking for? Let's go deeper inside of ourselves to that. Looks like a 3-year-old little child, as well as a 5-year-old, as well as a 6 and 7-year-old, going all the way to 13 and 14 years old. These are all markers, which mean they're all through the subconscious emotional age of capacities or emotional age of decisions when you decided there was not enough and enough would never be enough. And you also decided that you were vulnerable. You also decided that you were alone. Then you also decided that you had to protect yourself from anyone and everyone else. And it's not your physical body necessarily, it's more about how you feel. You see, it's kind of interesting. The stuff's the stuff. Yeah. If someone broke in, they're going to trip over everything, and chances are they're going to die before they find you over all the hoarding stuff. Now, that's one layer of protection, several layers. But right now, getting to the core of it for a moment, let's just take a breath and looking at that 2-year-old going all the way within your solar plexus right now. Looking through that cave. Let's find that little 2-year-old. Let's pick them up. That scared little child crying. Looks like a little female crying who at this point didn't have anything to rely on, didn't have anything to depend on. No structure, no routine, no, basically, due to how everything was going on around, didn't even know if they're going to get the next meal or where the next meal is going to come from. Everything was so flippant. Who was so afraid, looking like the little one was perceivably being forgotten about in a dark room, in total terror. Let's pick up the little one. Let's turn on a light switch in the cave, in the tunnel. Let's pick them up right now. Let's embrace them. Let's hold them. Let's let them know right now, hey, you matter. Hey, you're loved. Hey, we're not gonna let anyone harm you. We're not gonna let anyone forget about you or hurt you any longer. And to take it a step further, this time, let's welcome forth your angelic arc and your angelic ascended host realms, the whole universe, all of your guidance realms. Let's welcome them all in there with the little one and yourself. Welcome in the whole universe, your source creator consciousness as well. And now, let's look at the mom and dad. Let's look at the ones that had agreed to watch the little one, protect them, blah, blah, blah. Let's just ask them, hey, where are you? Where were you? Not so we can blame and blah, blah, blah. But let's put, if we're going to go here, let's really go here. Let's share with them, hey, this little one matters. And it would be in their highest best good, this little one's highest best good, for them to be a little bit more outgoing, thoughtful, considerate, not so wrapped up in their own personal issues. And they welcome this little one on the planet. So the one picked them out the choice of 3 families. They agreed to watch over, provide, to assist this little one, protect this little dear one as they were coming of age. And chop, chop, time to get back in the game. And to love, support, and honor this precious little, beautiful little one here, as per agreed upon. And now, let's send them love, gratitude, thank you, and let's send them on their way. And let's set this little girl free over to her archangelic realms and angelic realms right now to go out to play, out of the dungeon, out of the cave, out of this hiding place that had been so fearful, so scary, out of that dark room. Let's turn on all the lights. Let's send her out on the biggest giant amusement park and playground with all of her new friends that she had forgotten about. So we can hear her giggle and laugh again. When we start to hear her become more and more extrovert rather than internalized. Now, let's share with her. Boy, she has done an amazing job. And look at how strong, how powerful, look at how independent she's become. So let's thank her parents for helping her become so solo and independent. And quite the little warrior and trooper. But now it's time that she take off her armor, put down her weapons. Now it's time for her to go play out on the bigger playground now, out in the farmlands, out in Metropolis, with just a larger version of an amusement park, but now called Planet Earth. And that now maybe she doesn't need all that protection to hide away anymore. And that now she doesn't need to grasp onto anything to try to protect herself.
Wonderful, William. William, do you have to reach a state of meditation where your eyes are flickering to have a healing effect on the body?
No.
Excellent. I don't think that needs any further comment. This question is from Nikki. Physical symptoms keep interrupting my creative. I'm sorry?
I want to add one more thing to that, which is even if you start to switch over to feeling anything, as well as even starting to recognize that you're receiving a thought form and starting to decide which thought form deserves your attention, you're going to start receiving more and more healing energy, and you start to see and feel more of a difference in your body. Okay. Now, what was the next one?
Physical symptoms keep interrupting my creative flow, such as dizzy spells, fatigue, muscle spasms, and viruses. What is my higher self showing me?
Literally showing you and assisting you. Number one, to let go. Number two, to be okay with what is. To number three, take a breath, decompress, trust yourself, trust the universe, and trust your body. And number four is that you're not coming down with anything. What's happening is you're coming up and you're releasing all the stuff that has held you down in the first place. So you're not coming down with a virus. It's all this stuff that is coming up from within you that have had you be in a position, a vibratory level, and all this internalized debris that's been holding you hostage for millennia that are now coming up to light. For you to not re-identify with it, not to it's kind of beautiful, because it's like you're not re-identifying with being victimized anymore. Now you're unidentifying with being victimized. You're coming through it, you're saying goodbye, and you're arising beyond it, and now able to put it where it belongs, where it's just an old energy, old symptomology that now is not able to take you for a ride, because it's coming up, it's coming out. You're saying, hey, sayonara, see on the backside, where you're not feeding it, buying into it, nor re-identifying it to let it lock into place again.
Yeah, that's really powerful sharing about, physical symptoms.
Yeah, because if you could look at it for a minute, Michael, like, let's make it about something even more intense than physical symptomology or perceptional illness. Let's make it about false conscious agreements. Let's make it about entities, energies, thought forms. And you're saying, oh, no more entities, no way, no how. I bind all entities up, out, and away from all four levels, all dimensions, every cell of my body, no memory of it now. I'm welcoming in a higher vibratory level of consciousness, And my big guns to take command, speak through, serve me and journey me, and to fully incarnate within me. Bring it on, keep me unfolding as quickly as I can handle for my highest best good. And so it's spoken, so it is done. Okay, cool. That's awesome. And we can feel a big weight leaving and on and on. Now comes the second wave at times. I say at times, sometimes yes, sometimes no. Sometimes it was so deeply entrenched that, yeah, there's another part to it all, which is why it's kind of like the cosmic reckoning effect of what led to you getting to having your body get to such a low vibratory level of frequency, and frequency is a megahertz. Maybe it was being locked in a closet and your father sneaking into your bedroom at night. Maybe it was your mother locking you out of the house all night. Maybe it was being locked in the basement. Who knows? It's different for everyone. But that originally led you to the point where you let these discarnates into your body in the first place. So yeah, now the cosmic reckoning effect is going to come up. But see, we're not running away from it anymore, because now we have the tools, we have the clarity. Now we're able to look at it right in the eyes to say, hey, you don't own me anymore. The situation doesn't own me anymore. My mother's behavior, not your mom, doesn't own me anymore. My mother that may have had quadrillions of entities, energies, thought forms doesn't own me anymore. We're not putting your mom, cutting her head off, putting her on a spear in the yard for the neighbors to see. We're not going there, because this is fear creating more fear. We're saying, look, her behavior, she's still creator incarnate, but her behavior is still not keeping my body trembling on the inside. And it's a major distinction there, because it's not about her. It's not about anyone. It was only about their behavior.
Yeah, thank you for that. Dear William, can you assist us with opening our pineal and pituitary glands more, please, right now?
Yeah. Close your eyes, focus towards your third eye. So the eyes going cross-eyed right here. Just taking a breath. Nice, slow, deep breath. In through your nose, down to below your navel, right to the pelvic girdle. Hold. Now exhaling through the mouth, like you're gently trying to blow out a candle. Still focused towards the third eye. Now, let's just walk through the pineal and pituitary glands all the way in, right, all the way further in to the master cell of the body. Let's walk right into the master cell of the body. If you want, put a door there or just be there. Let's walk in and let's turn on, like a lever, your 12 double helix strands of DNA with new end caps. So let's activate the DNA. And then go all the way to the top. And now turning on new telomeres, the end caps, at the top of the DNA. And the youth vitality chromosomes. Now, let's look all the way through the room. It's different for everyone. I want to be clear with you right now as you're doing this. I want you to feel it, because this is not about visualizing. Visualizing is like standing at the winner's circle at a horse race holding a bouquet of flowers. Okay, that's visualizing. This right here, I want you to feel what you're playing with, what you're doing. You can feel it in the master cell. You can feel it through the third eye right now. And right now, let's just push the on switch. You're going to feel pressure right through here, sometimes right in your crown. And now let's hit the on switch like a lever. And now let's take a breath. Let's command it done, and so it is. And let's follow it through the frontal lobe of the brain, through the midbrain, the back of the brain, right, left sides of the brain. And now let's reopen the eyes. And now to start to play with it, let your eyes go out of focus. It's better at dusk or dawn, or at least that sort of soft lighting. You can put your fingers like this. Oh, hello. Just looking with the eyes out of focus between the thumb and the first finger, you'll start to see a web. You could do it with your whole hand wide open. You'll start to see an outline of energy. You're actually the consciousness. You're actually the light around this. Let's forget about colors. Let's forget about layers. Let's forget about all that mental jargon for a minute. Let's honestly look at what it looks like, not what someone else tells you it looks like. Like I said, it's different for everyone. And if it works better for you, go outside at dusk or dawn, look at the top of a tree. Let your eyes go out of focus. And first it's going to kind of wobble, it'll phase in and out. But then you'll start to see and experience like more and more. It's like an outline of the outline of a tree. You're starting to see the true presence, not the energy, but the true presence of the tree. Just like you're starting to see your true presence between your fingers, not your energy. Your presence is light. It's what you emanate through the body. That's why they call it an aura, but we're skipping all the layers of the aura, all the mental, whatever stuff. That mental bodies and pain bodies, all of that. We're just going direct into total light. Now, the more we play here, this is like activating those areas. Now we start to go from there to explore those areas. You could do the same with a plant on your kitchen table. You could do the same with a computer around the edges. You could do the same with a rock. Everything is consciousness. Everything is alive. Everything is particles of light. Now, when I say you're starting to connect with the true presence of it, going beyond just solidified matter, rungs and rings in a tree, branches, blah, blah, blah. You're seeing beyond what it's just projecting. You're seeing its true presence beyond just the third, fourth dimensional solidified structure. Then you take a breath, and here's the tricky part. It's tricky and it's not. It really depends on your personal ego. Are you going to give yourself permission to go with it, or are you going to doubt yourself?
Thank you, William. Let's take one more question.
Okay.
This is from Miss Circa.
Okay.
I'm currently taking a business administration program and have to find a 4-week practicum company to work with in Vancouver that would lead to employment. Would you have any advice? Any advice you can have for me to narrow down the best for my future and serve humanity? I'd greatly appreciate it.
Like which companies or what?
Maybe, yeah, just anything that's presenting industry, company.
Right now, it's presenting mostly digital, computer, looks like software. It also looks commercial and industrial.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, thank you all for joining us. Thank you, Williams. It's always fabulous to get this opportunity to connect, to see what presents, and to assist, and thank you for assisting us in marrying our higher lower self and how to become our true self, all the distinctions of being our true self in a body on the planet. So thank you.
Oh, and thank you. And thank you, everybody. Have a blast. We sure love you. Talk to you soon.